When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar!
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything!
Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you for tuning in to The Awakening. Today is Friday, February the 27th, 2015, and this is our first episode of Connected with Purpose. People of all walks of life are becoming more conscious of living a healthy lifestyle as this wave of information becomes more and more available through the internet and in communities all around. Today's special guest, Charma, raw food coach who lost more than 45 pounds and created a line of healthy green chips. Charma will share her journey to natural health and her love to help others live a healthy lifestyle. She will share what led her to create her own purpose, health ministry, and business, and how it benefits the lives of others. Charma is a retired teacher, formal school administrator, health minister at Hallelujah Acres, formal natural health practitioner, distributor of Miracle 2 products, formal public speaker, and formal raw food student at Creative Health Institute and Education Emporium in Chicago, Illinois. Visit Charma's Organic Kitchen on Facebook and keep up with what Charma's into with her events and classes. Charma, thank you so much for joining us today.
I am pleased to be here, and I am ready to share with the audience about my journey in developing a healthy lifestyle.
That is awesome. We can't wait to hear. Yes. No, we got some stuff for us today.
Okay. The reason I am laughing, because I remember when I started the Hallelujah Diet. The Hallelujah Diet is 85-15. I like to explain to the listeners, 85-15 means that you eat food that is 85% raw, 15% cooked. And as a teacher, I would bring my lunch to school every day. And, of course, you know that my lunch would be, salad with salad dressing and a piece of fruit. And I remember the teachers used to tease me. They said, Charma, if you keep eating like that, you are going to disappear. I thought it was funny. But they were serious. They were concerned about my health. But I wasn't. I was tired of being a little bit over 200 pounds. Something had to change.
Wow. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is this what led you to your path of natural health? What led you? Was it the weight? Was it a combination of things? Or
I believe it was actually my weight, because I did not start picking weight up until I was in my middle 50s. And a lot of people are saying as you get older, your body changes. I don't accept that. As a person in the holistic living, because I'm deeper now into it, I don't believe it. Whatever you want your body to do, you can conquer that. But and that's why I used to walk all the time with my girlfriends. We used to meet up. We would walk, several blocks, twice a week. And I thought that would do it. I did not know that the foods that I consume, or the amount of food that I consume, had a lot to do with my weight. Had no idea. I didn't read anything in the magazines or the books. All I knew was that if I go to sleep at night, sometimes it felt like my tongue I was gonna swallow my tongue. Okay? Or if I did eat something, there was pain around my heart. Or when you go to church, you have pantyhose on, and you know how the pantyhose go shh, shh, shh. I just got tired of that. And you get tired of it. You know, and then you look at yourself, you know, in the mirror, and you have this big tub in front of you, you know, and it's getting bigger, and you don't know why it's getting larger. And you don't understand why other sisters are not talking about this. Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm laughing because I experienced the same thing. Before I lost the weight, I experienced the same thing. The rubbing of the thighs, the pantyhose, with the pantyhose on and off, with the sundress, with every dress, with, you know. I can totally relate, you know.
Right.
To
and
the extra weight and the big thunder thighs.
Right.
I know.
Yes, and and I know this one teacher would say that her boyfriend had thunder thighs. I said, yeah, he has thunder thighs because he overweight. Because I look down, my thighs look like thunder thighs. So anyway, I decided to go to a doctor because I have done everything. I'm walking 3 times a week, like I told you. I watch what I eat. You know, I wasn't engaging in a lot of snacks. I just know what menopause and the fat coming. When I saw size 16, then I was going to 18. I said, nope. And I was in my mid-50s. This has to stop. So when I went to the doctor, I thought this was going to be saving grace. And what the doctor told me, he said, well, Charma, what I'd like you to do is to read these foods, this menu, and just eat the foods on the menu. I said, what? Aren't you going to tell me how you do it? You know, that's why you get paid all this money. You know, he is supposed to tell me how. He couldn't tell me how or why. So I was complaining to one of my distributors because I sold Miracle 2 products. And I was complaining to her. And she said, Charma, go on the Internet to Hallelujah Diet. That's www.HACRES.com. Again, that's H, as in Hallelujah, ARECES, like Hallelujah Acres, like Acres is the last. And so, yes, I went on the website, and I said, wow, these people have some dynamite testimonies. I think I would travel to Shelby, North Carolina, and learn how to eat. So I talked to my husband, and my husband said it was fine for me to go because he even told me, ooh, you're gaining weight. You know, when your husband says that, you know something wrong. So it's not your imagination.
Wow.
You know, so so I called up Hallelujah Acres. It did not cost that much back in the day, you know, for what they promised to do. I told my second husband I'll be flying out the next day to go to Hallelujah Acres, and his response was, Hallelujah, what? Hallelujah, what? I said, Hallelujah Acres. No, he's an atheist. That's where I'm going. I said, you told me that I could go to learn how to eat. And so I went anyway. I went the next day. I flew out to Charlotte, North Carolina, and from Charlotte I had to make my way to Shelby. And I was there for 7 days. I learned how to eat. It was a prescriptive curriculum that they had. I thought there would be only 30 people, like a classroom, but it was like 700 folks. Huge auditorium.
Wow.
And there were people that would go on the stage. Right. that would go on the stage with their testimonies, why they were there. A lot of them was conquering, cancer, high blood pressure, sugar, diabetes. Yes. They wanted to lose the weight. It was interesting. So I learned a lot about eating raw, not necessarily the food, how to cook the food. It was teaching you how to change your mindset, because eating raw, or even eating as a vegan, it is a mindset, how you change your mental state of how you see yourself. And you made your mind up that you want to do this. It only takes 2 weeks for your taste buds to change. If you can give yourself 2 weeks to change your taste buds, the receptacles on your tongue, to be more friendlier to raw foods, you would find yourself on the path to a healthier lifestyle.
That's wonderful.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Truly amazing. That is truly amazing. And this was years ago, right? You kept the weight off, and you've kept this lifestyle and this
that was in
positive thinking, loving yourself more lifestyle for years. How many years has it been now?
Well, it's been since 2000. So would you say?
Okay, that's great. That's what, 15 years about?
Yes, 15 years. And
that's awesome.
My daughter said that my whole attitude changed. She could see a change in me. So right now, my daughter, she is more of a healthy eater now, the last 2 years. But when I changed, a lot of women say they don't want to change, because if they change, then, the husband is not going to change. Your children is not going to change, and they do not feel like, I got to eat. I have to fix 2 dinners, one for them and one for you, yourself, because you're not into the SAD diet. We call that the standard American diet. We're not into that.
Right.
Well, you have to make a choice. If you want to lose the weight, be healthier, get more energy, have less blood pressure, high blood pressure. I did not have that. But say you want to control your blood pressure, then you have to eat the raw, and you have to eat the greens. I think starting this lifestyle, just buying the greens is the easiest thing that you can buy from a supermarket. Start with the greens.
And they're always on sale.
And they're always on sale. Particularly, I'm going to give a punchline here to Kroger. Kroger always had their organic kale on sale. They had their organic collard greens on sale. Now, sometimes you're going to have to pick through them. It doesn't matter. Pick through them. At least you know what you're going to put in your stomach. At least you know. Just pick through them.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, I love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Because, I'm on a partially, I know you're 85-15. I'm more like a 50-50 type. I did the raw thing initially, and I did it for 8 months, and that's when I dropped to 30 pounds and totally reshaped my body. Changed my mindset. I started liking how I felt. I started liking how I looked. I started noticing that the fat was going away. The obliques were slim, going away. I'm like, oh, my God, they're disappearing. Those obliques are going away. I'm like, oh, my God. The love handles are disappearing. My stomach's getting flatter. I started sleeping better at night. I started having more energy, like you were saying.
Right.
And not only that, Charma, you reverse aging. You start to look younger.
You are.
I love that. Yes, we're reversing the aging. We're adding years onto our lives, and it is truly a wonderful path.
It is wonderful.
Absolutely wonderful path.
Do you ever
Yes.
have people that
That's
say, "Oh, okay, go ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry." Oh, I was going to
Go
say,
ahead. No,
have
you're
you ever
fine.
had people that say when you say, like you were on the path, a holistic path, and eating healthy? Because I'm always asked this question, and I'm probably you've been asked the same question. Well, if you do all that, then what do you eat? Do you ever get that question?
I get that question. Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm saying there are a lot of things that you can
Yeah.
eat. I mean, when they say,
A
and then they
whole
say,
lot,
well, what
a
about you?
whole lot of variety.
A whole lot. And then they'll say, well, what about your
A
protein?
whole lot of variety. Exactly.
The protein, I said there are such things. Did you know broccoli has more protein than 8-ounce steak? And they said, say what? And I repeated. I said, Google it.
Right.
Because in this type of lifestyle, you must always be a learner. You must always seek out those articles and read, because that's what I do. I read a lot.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
Mm-hmm. It is a journey.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, can you tell us about the kids? Like, what do you think about the kids? Like, how you created your line of green chips? What inspired you to do that? Charma's green chips.
Well, I know that I was in the field of education for 37 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was considered a great teacher. I was considered a great school administrator because I always got high points. One day I was sitting on my couch. Oh, and I should back up. In my childhood and college years, I always loved experimenting with food. Loved it. Give me a recipe book, boy, I will change that recipe, and you'll love the results. Because I used to love cooking for my family. There was 7 siblings. I had 6 siblings. I was the oldest, and 1 brother. And so when they came home from school, when my mother came home, because she was working in the school system, they looked forward to eating dinner, whatever I prepared. And I just loved sitting back watching them. So I always had a love of food. Plus, my mother was a good cook. So let me go back because I was trying to get at your answer. Can you give me that question again? I was trying to get, and I lost it.
Yeah, I know you were telling me about the kids, like the green chips. Like, what inspired to make them, to create your line of green chips?
Okay, now I remember. Okay, I was sitting on the couch one day, and I was looking at the national news, the ABC News, and they had a story about the obesity rate in America among the children. And what they showed was graphic. And I could not believe it. And I said to myself, well, something must be done about this. If our children, if 70% of children that are obese are suffering from diabetes, sugar diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, they're getting all those things, then something needs to be done. I said, let me do some research and find out who is responsible behind these national, because, see, these sponsors put it across America because it was on, not Good Morning America, but it's the evening show, ABC, like the evening shows that they have for the news. And so I did my research, and I found out it was a conglomeration of hospitals in Atlanta, Georgia, that decided to put their monies to educate the American public that children were becoming obese, and these kids needed good nutrition because they were getting sick. They were taking on diseases that adults had. We're talking about elementary babies. Bad. It's sad. They even have some research where they found in automobile accidents that there was an infant in that accident and was dead. If they do an autopsy, that infant's arteries have already started the formation of plaque. That should not be. That should not be. And it's all because of the foods. All because of the food.
And the formula, the little baby. So.
Right. So I decided.
If it was a little baby, it had to be the formula, right?
Right. And the formula is not healthy. At one point in this country, they were saying, and they were trying to promote that in Africa and in Nigeria, do not use breast milk, use this formula, and we know that's wrong. Anything from the human body that's made by nature for the baby, that's the best. Because they're finding out, if you look in your science, these babies don't suffer from ear infections like bottle-fed babies.
Right.
They have a higher IQ
and they don't
than
have
bottle-fed babies. Right. Yes, they don't have colds, because the cold is what? The cold is your body reacting to toxins in your body, and your body is trying to get them toxins out of the system. That's what you call a cold. That's why you got the runny nose. You're trying to get rid of the poisons.
Right.
Out of the system.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I decided that I need to do an alternative snack food, because kids, they love to snack. And I had already eaten kale chips, and the kale chips that I ate, I did not like it, and I said I can do a better thing than this, okay? I am a raw food, a certified raw food chef. I opened up my textbooks to kale, and I made the kale out of the recipe out of the text, but it tastes just like that commercial brand. I was so mad. I thought it was going to taste different. It tastes just like the commercial brand. Oh, God. I said, I've got to come up with something different, which I did. Because when I'm at the farmer's market, people, the ladies always say, well, I can make my own kale. I put it in the oven. I said, yes, but have you tasted my kale? No. I said, you want to try a sample? They try to sample, and they like it. So with the kale, I decided for another green, something that comes from our culture. A lot of people like to eat collard greens. And so that's why I decided to do something different, and that was the collard green. So my product is an alternative snack food for this new market. And the 80%, according to the Pew Trust, what they gave to 80% of the American voters, they said, this is a poll, they said they were concerned about the preservatives, the present snack foods. They were concerned about sodium, sugars, and the fats that are in today's snack foods. And as we are speaking, the USDA has come out with a new term called smart snacks. These are snacks that are healthy. And I said, okay, I am in the right market. I'm here. I am in the right market. And yes, and for those people who are interested in Charma's green chips, you can go to the Granary Health Food Store that's located downtown, or you can go to my website, www.Charma's Organic Kitchen. Click on Charma's green chips and order. There's a section on there that you can order. Or you can go on Facebook and ask me some questions or give me a phone call. It's right there.
Absolutely. So your Facebook is Charma's, CHARMAS, Organic Kitchen, right?
Yes. Charma's Organic Kitchen. That's correct.
And that's how they reach you there. So the Granary, just so you guys know, the Granary is in Flint, Michigan, downtown Flint, Michigan, on Church Street.
Yes.
And so what about Whole Foods? Are they going to carry your product soon?
Well, that is something that we are looking at right now. The first interview, the first thing that Whole Foods said when they saw the product, they said they liked the packaging, but they have never seen a product that looks that green, where the greens actually look real. So I took that as a compliment.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
And no, they said they have never.
Your green too.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love them.
I mean,
thank you.
That time I visit you, I think I probably ate equivalent of a whole bag, like the big bag, your big bag.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Sure.
Love you.
How many ounces is that, your big bag?
The big bag is 2.5 ounces. The big bag is 2.5 ounces.
I mean, they taste so good, and you have so many different flavors, and you let me sampling. I was sampling all of them. How many different flavors do you have?
Okay, let me tell you the flavors.
How many different?
There's about 8.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to know the different flavors? Okay, we have sweet collards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that is the original. The original is sweet collards and nutty kale. We have the cheesy kale. And a lot of people say that I put cheese on the kale. I do not. I am a raw foodist. Raw foodists and vegans, we do not believe in dairy. So, no, the cheesy taste is really from the spices that I add to my kale. Okay, spicy collards, spicy kale, sweet crunchy collards, sweet crunchy kale, and marinara kale. Now, that marinara kale is the only one that does not have nuts in it. So I'm just letting the listeners know that all my products have nuts. The nuts are the macadamia nuts, the better nuts, grade A. The macadamia nuts. Marinara kale is the only one that doesn't have it. And marinara kale is also the only one that has tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes in that marinara kale. Yeah.
And you can taste them. I mean, all of them have so much flavor.
Thank you.
That's why, when I was sitting there sampling them, I'm like, I'm hooked. I'm like, I need like 5 bags right now to take home with me. Because it's such an awesome, healthy, nutritious snack.
Thank
to have
you.
in your pantry and to have on hand. And us raw food people, I mean, we travel and carry our snacks with us because we don't do, the traditional go stop at the store and get a bag of chips. We don't do that. We eat the healthy stuff. We eat the healthy chips. So organics, Charma's organic greens is really a good choice for your snacks in replace of potato chips. So I absolutely love them. I love them. I love them.
Thank you.
Yeah, so can you share with us, do you have any upcoming events? Do you have any appearances? Do you have any classes coming up? How can people connect with you out in the community?
Okay, on March the 19th, I will be at Edible Flint. They're having their annual meeting. I believe their annual meeting is going to be held at the Flint Market, and I will be telling my story. I was asked to share my story, like you have asked me to share my story here on your radio story, here on your radio station. So they want me to talk about my food product. That is going to be March the 31st from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. Then on March the 28th, thank you. Then on March the 28th,
now, where is that at?
The Flint Farmers Market.
Sorry, where's that first one? Yeah. Oh, the Flint Farmers Market. Okay.
Yeah. The name of the organization is Edible Flint. That's the organization, and they want me to talk about my food product.
Awesome.
So,
that's great. Anything else coming up? Are you going to be down in the Detroit area anytime soon? Do anything there?
In the Detroit area will be March the 28th. I will be at the Jungle Juice Bar in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, on Charlevoix, which is off of Outer Drive. Again, I will be talking about Charma's green chips.
Awesome. I can't wait to be at your events. I will definitely be there. Yes, thank you so much for being on our show today. Connected with Purpose, and we know that you are connected with your purpose because you are so passionate about helping people to live a healthy lifestyle.
Thank you.
Maybe sometime in the future we'll have you come back on.
Are there any last words? We have about 20 seconds left, and can you also share again how to reach you, how to get in touch with you?
You can reach me by phoning me at 810-237-0872. That's 810-237-0872, or Facebook Charma.
Okay, they have your
Kitchen.
Facebook.
Okay.
Awesome.
Website.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was my pleasure.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift from